Okay. Well, happy Friday. Fridays to me are, that's my favorite day of the week. Well, maybe Sundays, but Fridays have special meaning because it's the end of the work week, usually, but um, not so much anymore. But I hope you're having a good start to the day, and we'll just have a powerful yoga practice this morning. So just kind of bringing yourself in, collecting all of your parts, body, mind, spirit, coming in to focus on balance and creativity, shining your light. So be sure to open up your crown chakra like a flower, like a lotus flower or chrysanthemum. I think of those big football mums. And then create a funnel above your head, a big one that goes up to the ceiling. And then allow golden energy to pour in through that funnel right into your crown, letting it stream down into your head, your neck and shoulders, just like cream or milk, a golden energy nurturing and nourishing you down your arms, hands, your torso, filling you up down into your hips and your legs, your feet, and just sitting with that nourishment for a moment, allowing that light to continue flowing in through that funnel, lighting up all your cells. Bring some of it into your lungs and your diaphragm muscle and all your organs. Let it bathe all those areas, bringing light. Balancing, centering. And then just focus your attention on your breath, feeling your rhythm, just your natural pattern of breathing in this moment. Notice how it makes you feel when you focus on your breath. What impact does that have on your mind? What do you notice? Now, from here, just move around a little bit, micro moves, moving your head, your neck, your shoulders, just checking in with your muscles, see if you have any sore areas or tight spots. Check your spine, the muscles around your spine, your hips, thighs and knees, calf muscles and ankles, arms and hands. Excuse me. Now, if you found any areas that either have a little pain or tightness, bring the light from that funnel. Allow that funnel to remain, allowing that light to stream in and flow down. Right now, just especially specifically into the areas where you might be feeling some twinge or some sensation that's telling you you need a little more light there. So bring it in, bathe the area, intentionally relax the area. And having done that, just check the rest of your body and bathe in that light. So that funnel is going to follow you around this whole practice. You can think of it as a hat if you like. Anything that helps you to imagine that funnel above your head just remaining there and the light streaming in, flowing freely, and bringing that freedom into your body mind. The body and the mind are one. You can't separate them. Now take a moment and check your shoulders. Is there a slight lift, a little bit of a cringe? If so, just let them drop down away from your ears. And we'll use our Pushpaputa mudra for our attunement to breath. So that mudra is, and we did it earlier in the week. If you're familiar with it, you can go ahead, but just start with your palms together and open them out like a book. Cup your hands slightly and then bend just the ends of your fingers, creating like a bowl. Pushpaputa means handful of flowers. So we're going to start with our palms in close and breathe as we lift our palms up. And this is that two, that receiving gene. That number two is bringing in abundance. And then exhale. And this is where you give generosity. So breathe in, receive, exhale, and give generosity. When we feel abundant, We can feel generous. I receive abundance. I receive light, not just through your crown chakra, but into your hands, which will flow up into your heart. Breathe your deep breaths. 2 more rounds. Breathe in abundance. Exhale, thinking generosity. Last time, breathe and exhale. Now just close your hands for a moment, open your fingers. Feel the warmth in your hands after your movement. The 2, meaning something is coming. The universe is trying to give you something that you may not feel you deserve, or that it's the right time, or that you haven't, and fill in the blank. So just right now, feel that sense of deserving. You deserve now and always. What does that feel like in your body? What sensations do you notice? Energy, light. What is it? What do you feel? If anything, sometimes it's like, what? Just see. All right. And now we'll move on into some more movement. So just start with your head loosening up, circling and twisting, and then circle around in your shoulders a few times. Breathe them up, back, exhale down. Big, deep breaths. And reverse. Breathe up, forward, exhale down. All right. And just take your arms and bend your elbows and let them fall to the side, your palms towards the floor, just up and down. Loosen in your elbow joints. And then breathe your arms up overhead and reach one arm and then the other. Lift, pull up out of your hips, out of your waist, and then both arms reach, taking a breath, and exhale down. And in your spine, just come into a very gentle twist to each side. You may hear some pops or crackles. Your body's aligning and releasing toxins. All right, and just come to center. We'll come back to twisting in a little bit. Just Unfold your legs and shake them out. Pat them on the floor. Kind of wake them up. Bring your palms behind your hips and just roll side to side, just kind of waking everything up. Still morning and still with your hands behind you, just bend your knees, feet about the width of your mat, wider or in a little bit, whatever's comfortable, and take your knees side to side. Feel that little massage your hips receive as you move. And then come back to center. And now we'll go into more of a more full expression of a twist. So just bring your right leg in, bend your knee. Your left leg can be just in front of your knee, just beyond your knee, or if you're feeling limber enough already, just bring it by your thigh. Draw your foot in. You want both sitting bones pressing into the floor, into the earth, and just draw your knee in a little bit here. Stretch it in. Taking a breath. Exhale. Stretch on the exhale. And then holding on with your right hand, scoop your left arm forward. Breathe. Reach up. Stretch your arm and your spine. Rotate using your arm for leverage. And then bring your arm around you and down close to your hip so you can use your arm for a backrest. And look over your shoulder. Breathe. Now, still holding on to your left leg, press your sitting bones down and breathe your arm up to your ear. And then come back around to the center. Now, just for a hip stretch, we'll kind of sneak this in before we go into our twist on the other side. So come into hero pose. So you want to stack your knees. So you're going to pull that leg around and stack it right on top into hero pose. And then palms, for now, just come onto the soles of your feet as you adjust in your hips. Breathing. Both sitting bones pressed down, grounding into the earth. Let your hips relax. Now, this part is optional with your arms. You can either leave your palms on the soles of your feet, or you can bring your palms together, bring your fingertips together, and then draw your palms in. It's like a reverse prayer position. Bringing hands together behind your back. And that makes this cow face pose, not just hero. So the next step is to just bend forward, hinging forward in your hips. So take in your breath and stretch up tall. Exhale and just go wherever your body will go. Forward over your legs. Your hips will probably stretch a little bit. Just adjust as you need to. Now press down in your legs and lift the crown of your head. If you brought your hands around to the back, you want to loosen them up. It's uh, usually for people, it's a pretty full stretch. So just loosen up in your hands. All right, so now we're just going to lean back and switch our legs. So just bend in your left knee and come into your version of legs for your twist, wherever you want to place your foot. Bring both sitting bones down. Draw your knee in towards the diagonal shoulder. Elongate your spine. And then holding on with your left arm, scooping right arm up and around. And see how this side compares to the first side. Is it easier? All right, now press down in your sitting bones. Keep holding on to that right leg and breathe your right arm up to your ear and then unwind, coming to the front and come into your hero pose. Just bringing that foot over a little bit more. See how far it'll come this morning. Sitting in between your heels and palms either on the soles of your feet or for cow face pose. Your hands are in prayer position, but they're behind you. Okay. So you try to get your palms to touch and then take in your breath and stretch up. Exhale, hinge forward in your hips. Good. Again, on this side, is it easier? Is it looser on this side? Any place that feels tight, intentionally relax that area and breathe into it. Take your breath there. And that light, take that light in. Now press down in your legs and hips. Lift your crown up. Open the shoulders and chest and release your arms and hands. Shake them out and circle around. That reverse namaste is really a good stretch to do periodically. It helps prevent carpal tunnel and gives you more flexibility in your wrists. So just for now, if you can unfold your legs if you want, you might be ready for that. Just stretch your legs out in front. But just take your arms out and flex your wrist. Press the heel of your hand forward and then cup them under. Bring your stretch forward in the wrist. And then one more time, each direction. Taking a breath. Press the palm forward, pull your fingers back. Taking another breath. Exhale and curl your hands under. And then just bring some energy down into your fingers. Give them some wiggles. And then come up onto the soles of your feet or onto the balls of your feet. And some rocks for your toes. Stretch your heels down towards the floor. And then just walk your hands forward. You'll need to step your knees back a little bit for puppy stretch. So draw your shoulders down, but also your chest, your sternum. Bring it towards the floor. You get a nice stretch in your upper back with that. And then pull back, coming onto the balls of your feet once again. And we'll come into our noose pose. So get comfortable on the balls of your feet. And then just bring palms into Anjali Mudra. And we'll turn to your left. And then our mudra, we turn the palms, we rotate the outer hand, fingers go back, inner hand come forward, and then slide and hook your fingers together in your prayer twist. And the mantra is Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. So if you can hold here for a moment, we're wringing out tension and toxins. And remember that funnel that's at the top of your head? Let light stream into you. So we're wringing out those obstacles and we're bathing with the light to replace the dark with the light. And then just bring your palms together in front. Bring your palms down onto the floor, walk your hands forward, and tap your feet, the tops of your feet, onto the floor. And circle around in your ankles. Just loosen up in your feet and toes after being on them for a few breaths. Pull your knees back into puppy stretch. Shoulders, chest, down to the floor. And then we'll come back up, come onto the balls of your feet. Press your heels towards the floor and bring your palms in just whenever you're ready, when you feel stable. And then turn to your right. And rotate your palms. Outer fingertips go forward. Slide, hook your fingers into your prayer twist. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. And remember the funnel over your head. Let that light stream in. Draw it in like a straw into your body. Fill it up. Golden light. Releasing obstacles, releasing toxins, tension, and then bringing palms together again, returning to front and center, and then release your palms to the floor. Let your feet out, pat them on the floor, and this time we'll come into plank pose. Spread your fingers out and walk your feet back. Ah, feels good to stretch out your calves, doesn't it? Pressing your heels away. Nice long neck. And engage your abdominal muscles. Draw them in and up and expand your ribs to breathe. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Now get a good stance. Get the balls of your feet firmly planted into the floor. And just bring your left knee out up to your elbow. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe. Hold. And release. Back onto the floor. Plant your foot into the ground. Breathe. Exhale your right knee up towards your elbow. And release. Press up into your downward facing dog. Feet are at least hip width apart. Hip side to side if you like. And we'll work on our psoas muscles. Just lift your left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Lift your knee. You get a little thigh stretch here. And then open the hips. Keep the shoulders forward. Open the psoas muscles. And for those who just can't resist, if you want to flip your dog, just go ahead if there's nothing in the way and bring your foot down behind you. The right leg is straight and open into your flip dog. And then come back around into plank and right up into your downward facing dog. Make sure there's nothing on the other side if you choose to flip your dog. So, right leg up, stretch, and bend your knee, lift, and optional, flip your dog. Just bring your foot down behind you, your left leg straightens, and open the chest and shoulder. And then come around into your plank and bend your knees and just pause for a couple of breaths in child's pose. If you need to circle in your wrists and move your fingers, listen to your body's urgings. And now bring your palms by your knees and slide your hands forward. We're going to go back up into downward facing dog for a moment. See how it feels now after you've performed one or two. Tilt your hips up. And then from here, bend your, or lift your left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee and bring your leg forward. Bring the foot forward and bring the heel forward. Let your back knee down onto the floor. Fingertips on the floor. Stretch your leg forward. Flex the foot on that forward leg. Now engage the thigh. So activating the muscles around your knee. Lift your kneecap. Take in a breath. Exhale and just stretch down. It's head to knee, but wherever your body will stretch to this morning. And you can come in and out of it to loosen up. Breathe with it. Move with your breath. Now, again, here it's optional. You can slide that heel forward and get a little more of a stretch. So that pose is Hanumanasana. Hanumanasana, I think is how it's pronounced. But with your leg bent, it's a half Hanumanasana. And then you slide your heel forward and you're actually in the splits. Optional. All right, so come back. Bring your leg back. Press up into your downward facing dog. Tilt your hips up. You get a head start on your leg stretch. And breathe your right leg up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee and just draw your leg through. Bring your foot forward, back knee down onto the floor, and flex your right foot. Straighten your knee. You want to stretch the back of that leg. Hanuman, I believe, was the monkey in the yoga philosophy. So if you feel ready, we're going to go in for our head to knee. So lengthen through your crown. Activate the muscles around your knee. Activate your thigh. that actually assists in the stretch for the back of your leg. So take in your breath, exhale, and just lower down wherever you're able to. Keep breathing and stretching in and out, just whatever you need to do to loosen up a little more and a little more. Foot is flexed. Great on the calf muscle. And optional if you want to slide that heel forward and come up. And then bring the leg back. So you're on both knees. Just curl the toes under, and we're going to lift up into head to knee pose, which should be super easy after all of that stretching, right? So toes forward, take in your breath, exhale, relax down over your legs. Keep pressing your hips up. And then soften your knees. We'll come into our chair pose. Just take your arms out to the side, lift them up next to your ears, lengthen in your torso, and reach. You can separate your feet hip width apart for your chair, knees over your toes. Now bring your arms parallel to the floor. Lift one heel, just stretch it up. Release, other heel. Good. So now you know they're working okay. Now we're going to come up onto both of them. So focus on a spot, something that's not going to move. Lift one heel and then the other. Press the heels forward as much as you can. Lift up. And then reach up, lift up onto the balls of your feet. I can reach the ceiling here. That's cheating, right? So lower your heels, bend your knees, and release your arms. Good job. And now a relaxing standing twist. Just separate your feet and come around. Swing. Okay, good. So just separate your feet a little further. You can turn on your mat if you wish, if you want to turn sideways. And then bend your knees, opening your knees out. Bring your palms in. This is either horse pose or goddess pose, whichever you prefer to call it. Now to come back in, squeeze your legs together and lift up. Breathe. Exhale and just come back out, but open your knees. Press back. And just go side to side a couple times. Good. Lower down a little more. How low can you go, right? Come back up, squeeze. Good. All right, release your arms and we'll come into our warrior two pose. So separate your feet as far as is right for your pose today. Press your left toes forward. The back heel goes forward and breathe your arms out. Take in your breath. Check your hips. They should be forward as much as possible. Shoulders. Take in another breath. Exhale and bend your knee into your warrior two and gaze over your fingertips. And just adjust your legs, your alignment until you feel you're in your best version of warrior two. Draw your tummy up and in. Relax into your pose. Now just check to see if your knee is over the center line of your foot. Now draw the knee in, taking a breath. We're going to go back out. Exhale. And bring your arms around behind you. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms away. Open your shoulders. Turn towards that left leg and come down into humble warrior. Lifting your arms. Mindful of that front knee over the center line of your foot. Now release your hands. Bring both hands in front of your foot. Slide that leg back. Place the foot on top of the back foot and lower down. You want your palm under your shoulder and come into your side plank. To come out, just bend that left knee. Bring the back foot in. Step up. Separate your feet back out for the other side. Turning your right toes forward. Back heels pressing away. Open hips, breathe, arms up. Exhale, your knee out to the side. Gaze over your fingertips, over the bent knee. Find your sweet spot in your pose, your best version of Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Ground. Become aware of that funnel above your head. Let some more of that light flow in, all the way down to the soles of your feet. And now bring your palms together, interlace fingers, stretch your arms away. Nice for the shoulders. And turn just your torso. Your hips stay forward, just from your waist up, and press into your humble warrior. Lift your arms. Now, once again, release your hands. Bring both hands in front of the arch of that right foot. Slide that leg. Bring the foot on top of your left foot. Align your right hand so it'll be under your shoulder as you straighten out your body and lift up. Make sure your palm is under your shoulder. Nice firm legs. Lift. And to come out, just bend your right knee and just come onto both knees now, sitting on your heels, and just loosen up in your shoulders. They should be pretty warm by now. So really stretch in big, big circles and release forward. Okay. Now for an inversion, we'll once again bring our arms around, interlace fingers behind your back. Stretch your arms away from your back. Taking a breath. For rabbit pose, bring your forehead down onto the floor. And roll up onto the top of your head. This is actually yoga mudra. It's similar to rabbit, but in rabbit, you're holding your feet. Let your arms relax overhead. Now, can you imagine that light coming in through a funnel with yourself upside down? Interesting thought. And then lower your hips back down onto your heels. Come back up into sitting. Release your arms and just loosen them up, whatever feels good for you, whatever's natural. Okay. So let's work with our Pushpaputa mudra, and we'll come into our sun pose for that, Anjaneya asana. So if you need padding under your knees, you'll be on one knee, or you can fold your mat over, but bring out your your left leg into the high lunge. The back foot, the top of the foot is on the floor, press down into the ground. Bring your palms to Anjali Mudra. Turn them forward, fingers forward and open like a book. Cup your hand and bend your fingers. Take in your breath. And just come into your low lunge. And then scoop your arms up, receiving abundance. Exhale, giving generosity and relaxing your hips. I'll show you this from the side. Okay. All right. So breathing, arms up. I receive abundance. Exhale. I give generosity because I know I have abundance. Breathe it up, reaching for the waters of life to fill your cup, to water your flowers. Exhale. I give generosity. One more time. Breathe up. I receive abundance. Exhale. I give generosity. Now just press up onto that knee and we'll switch to the other side. Taking your right leg out with palms in prayer hands. Take in your breath. Exhale into your lunge, Anjaneya asana. Open your palms, cup your hands, bend your fingers, just the end, and scoop up. Inhale. I receive abundance. Exhale. I give generosity. And 2 more times. And last time. And bring palms in. And release. Come down sitting on your mat. Just bring both feet together, both knees together for a seated child's pose. Wrapping arms around your legs as much as you're able. Lifting your crown. Deep breath, and then bringing your forehead towards your knees. They don't have to touch, just come in for seated child. Now lift your head once again. Release your arms and prepare for Shavasana. Coming down onto your back. If you need water first, take time. And just check to see if your hips are rolled under and your shoulder blades. Feet are separated about a foot. Palms up. And using your imagination once again with that funnel, even though you're lying on your back, it's your imagination, so you can do anything in there. And energy, your mind is energy and the light is energy, so as you work with it, even lying down, you can bring light into that funnel. Bathing all your cells after your yoga poses, your moves and breathing. And settle in. Just imagine there are flowers, all your favorite kinds of flowers, like a wreath around your body, colors or no color. Imagine yourself floating on water and the flowers remain around you. Now become aware of the peacefulness, the calm within you. Someone once said, the highest achievement of man and woman is to be calm. Let yourself feel that right now, calm and peaceful. And then just start to bring in some soft, gentle moves. Maybe take your head side to side, moving fingers and toes, hands and feet. And just draw your knees up to your chest and come over onto one side and linger in that relaxed state. Bring your knees way up into fetal position. And then place your hands by your face and just roll onto your palms and press up into sitting. Bring your hands into your favorite mudra to seal in the benefits and the energy from your practice today. And I'll close with the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be free and happy, and may my thoughts and actions contribute to that freedom for all. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And just bring palms in to prayer hands. And may you feel free and abundant and generous all day long. Namaste, everybody.